Hello, this is Pierre Ethier, Class 12. This is the July 16. We just left the city of Hammerfest, northern Norway. Hammerfest, if you define a city as 5,000 people or more, which is what a town is according to Norwegian law, then this is the northernmost city in the world. It's around the 71st parallel. Now, in this cold climate, because it is pretty cold today, even though it is summer, I'd say it's in the 50s in Fahrenheit. Now, I'm going to tell about some truths revealed about OT8. OT8 had been advertised by Hubbard as a powerful level since the early 1970s, and it's only 1978 that he finally said is going to be delivered. The requirement is to complete net for OTs. So the church finally started to deliver it in 1988. Now, the interesting thing about OT8 is this. In 1969, a bulletin was issued that was on the Class 8 course, subsequently stating what OT8 was about. It is the only bulletin that is completely known to be authentic, that has OT8 in both the title and the distribution. That bulletin clearly stated what OT8 was about and even outlined some of the theory and some of the type of questions that will be asked. Subsequently, Hubbard, after the breakthroughs he did on net for OTs, wrote an addendum for OT8 sometime in the early 1980s. He even wrote a telex. He sent a telex. And I remember because it was repeated several times to Tech and Qual Stat, and it was kept confidential beyond those areas. And the telex from Ron Hubbard stated that you may think soul nuts is high, and sure is high, but it's nothing compared to the next OT level. And this is not a short level, and it is light years ahead of it. That's what was mentioned at Telex, amongst other things. Then the OT8 is delivered on a free win, and lo and behold, it's a super quick level. Because obviously you tend to make a hell of a lot of money by running short levels and long ones. And of course the first two steps have been removed. I'll let you guess who removed those two steps. Because that person, even though he's a failed Class 4 auditor, has somehow the power of overriding a Class 12 CS. So the OT8 has been delivered, and it's not a bad level because it has some valid command, but you're shortchanging the person. You invite them for a meal and you serve them dessert. Well, it's nothing wrong with a wonderful dessert, but if I get invited for a meal, perhaps I'd like some steak or some fish rather than just a wonderful piece of cake. So that's essentially what the church has been withholding about OT8, and that's why I deliver the correct version of OT8, and this is not a short level. Several people have been on it for months, and there's a lot of questions, and as Hubbard originally stated, it is not a short level. So I hope this clarifies a few things about OT8. And OT8 as delivered in a free wins is simply having cut corners and of course definition of quickie. And this is really a rip-off, considering that people pay a lot of money expecting to get the full thing, and the church shortchanged them by giving them a shortened, abbreviated version of the real thing. Would you pay $50 for a book when it turns out to be the Reader Digest condensed version of it? You can buy those books for 10 cents in used bookstores. So I'll let you decide about this. So thank you very much for listening.